Polly here on the Latino Slant, the Mandalorian, season 3, season finale. Just dropped. I saw it, and it is called The Return. Here are my initial thoughts. Was emotionally underwhelmed. I thought some of the battle sequences were great, were cool, looked fantastic. But at the end of the day, I think that they laid it on thick to cover up at the heart of the matter is that there is no, for me, a an emotional just tie-in with these characters. Besides them making baffling choices in battle, which don't make sense, I just didn't care. And that is not like me to, not care in a sense. So, yeah, it was disappointing in that regard because, if anything, the finales of The Mandalorian have been very emotionally rewarding, especially that golden moment in season 2. And I wasn't looking for any kind of just overwhelming, cameo. Luke's gonna arrive and help out. Boba Fett, Fennec Shan. That almost, I don't think that would have helped, honestly. It typifies just a very uneven and mediocre season, and that's just what it was. It's to get into some spoilers now. They just basically continued the battle. It didn't just boom, from the last episode. So there was pretty much just kind of in that vein of old Star Wars battles. They broke up the characters into separate little storylines. Bo-Katan and the Mandalorians, and then Din Djarin Grogu fighting Grand Moff. But besides it being very familiar and with this character before, as far as a kind of like duel scene, there were no, for me, there just weren't stakes, and there was no big deaths or kind of tragedies, and I almost was expecting that. Now that would have been a whole different animal. The only positive thing that I can think of in regards to moving on from this is that the characters are still there, and perhaps with some a showrunner who is allowed to have a vision and carry it out and not be tampered by the current regime, perhaps you can save these characters. They're still there. They're still in the universe. But there's that. There's that. There's one could also say that there was just a cute button of an ending that you could just leave it and you never have to bring back Mandalorian again, as far as another season. But I don't know, the return, I guess at the end of the day, it was regards to the Mandalorians returning to Mandalore. And it was hollow. Again, some shots look good, and some shots were pretty, but you know, the Mandalorian is Djarin, and obviously he was a supporting role in this whole season. He did show off a little bit in this one, but it was familiar territory, and I there was no new stakes for him other than killing Grand Moff, trying to take him down. So 8 episodes to get to this. It was just probably one of the most frustrating, baffling works from Star Wars, Disney Star Wars. These 8 episodes. So, yeah, that is my. Those are my impressions. I kept it as spoiler free as possible. The next thing coming up in this universe in the same time realm is going to be the Ahsoka series, and we'll see how that goes. Easter eggs and this fighter and that look and everything. It matters not when the heart of this story has been taken out and completely kind of almost destroying what they had worked on the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian with Din Djarin. So that's just how I feel. And, was very much an emotional letdown, as this entire season has. It wasn't horrible, but I want my season finales to be great. I want our heroes to be great. And yeah, they acted heroic and everything, but they also, the stories were pretty bad in regards to battle and tactical decisions and just, stuff that was just a little too easy to take down, if you know what I mean. And that's it. And I'm glad it's over. I'm actually glad the season is over. Complete letdown of a season. This episode was okay. At best, I would give this season like a C minus. I give this episode a C. The last episode was like a B minus. All right. Well, there you have it. You can check out our Mandalorian season 3 reviews. I have those. I'll put that video up next. We'll, hit this video here, and you'll get to see the first review of this past season. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys check it out? I'd like to know. Am I alone? Am I in the dark with this? Because I am by nature not a negative person. So I would love to know your thoughts on the episode, on the season. I would love for you to be honest with me. And we'll just take it from there. And then I also would like to know what you think the next step is in this Mando verse. We got Ahsoka. How are you feeling about the future of all this? And then, of course, Thrawn, who was briefly mentioned in the episode before, wasn't even mentioned here. No scenes from him. Not an entrance. Nada. So they're obviously saving him for Ahsoka. All right, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you're subscribed. Smash that like. Smash it. And wherever you're at, keep that slant fuerte. Paz.